Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes. I really feel strongly about this eye primer. It's the Mercier Buff, and I really feel, if you like my eye makeup, that this is a must-have. And it's very similar to the color Nubile Paint Pot by MAC, but it's not the same consistency. Nubile is a little more puttyish feeling. This is a little bit more slick, and I just love it. It holds your eye makeup on, and it just gives the prettiest finish to your skin. So I usually put just 2 little things like that on. I might not be supposed to do that, but I do. And then I just take my finger and spread it out, and I take it all the way. It's so pretty. I take it all the way to my eyebrow like that, and then I run it all the way. I might need a little bit more on this one. I might be running out a little bit. But this just gives the warmest glow to your eyes. And bring it in all over, and then run it up underneath a little bit. You can see how just that buff alone just looks so pretty. And you could really, right now, the only thing that keeps me from just wearing this and doing the liner is you almost need to set it with a little bit of something to keep your mascara and your eyeliner looking pretty. You know what I mean? Because my lids are kind of what's a good word to say here besides saggy? Older, that they crease right there, and so I don't want my eyeliner to transfer. Okay, so because I'm doing my favorites, I brought out the Bare Minerals Pebble, just P-E-B-B-L-E, and of course there's plenty out, and I have found that my favorite brush to use, if you want more color, like you're darker complected and you feel like you need the most color out of this, then use one of my favorite brushes, the Sonia Kashuk blending brush. But I have noticed that I like to use the MAC 217. That just gives a little bit lighter finish, and I just feel like on me I like it better. It's a little bit more subtle. So first thing I do, and this is what I have really found that I like to do with my eyeshadow no matter what color I'm using, is, you know how like when I'm in color, I like to kind of trace the outline of the picture first and then kind of work in. That's kind of the same concept I like to do with my eyeshadow. I like to get the outside shape like I like it, and then work in like that. And then I usually right here on this part right there, I usually go back and forth. I almost want it to come up to my brow like that. And then you get that just good dimension. And I just love this color. It's like color but no color. It just gives you good dimension right there. So I do the outside shape that I want to start and bring it in, and then kind of come in where that skin kind of comes down right there anyway. And you want that to recess that skin right there. And see, that gives me the illusion of bigger, more open eyes. And then when I've got this like I want it, then I get more and just, you know, put it on my eyelid just to make it all kind of uniform like that. And even though this is matte, because it's over that Laura Mercier buff, it just stays looking so pretty. You know, it's matte, but it's not just cakey and chalky looking. It's kind of like that Laura Mercier buff kind of makes it a little bit warmer and glow a little bit more. So then I would take a little brush. Usually I just grab one of my pencil brushes. This is the MAC 219. I'll take a little bit of that Pebble and just run it up under my eyes like that, just to give a little bit of, I used to not want to put anything underneath my eyes. I thought that it kept it more open, but I've noticed if I'll put just a little bit of something, it just brings the whole look together a little bit better. So a lot of times I'll just run it straight up and maybe darken out there just a little bit like that. Straight off that lash line. So that is the eyeshadow. See, it's very simple. I love it. I have just been really enjoying my Bare Minerals again, and just using, you know, single shadows and stuff. Okay, next, what I would probably do, and this is something else that I just love and I cannot go without, is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Now, I know they have different colors, but I've really just enjoyed not really, when I look back at my videos where I was filling in my brows so much, it's like that's the first thing I see, and I just don't like that. I kind of like it. I know a lot of you probably think I should, but I just really like them, you know, just like they are, just plain. So I just put the clear brow gel and just get them going good. I hope the lighting's okay. It's real cloudy here today. And this brow gel just works so good. It keeps them in place, but it doesn't get yucky and cakey, and you don't see it. And see right here, I try to make show up just a little bit more. You can't see it as much on camera, but I just like it when it's less done up looking. I think it just looks better on me. And now, okay, this is something I always forget to mention when I write down what I'm wearing, and it is the MAC Power Surge liner. I think the first person I heard talk about this was Pixie Woo, Samantha. They use this a lot, and it's a good one. It's just a MAC eye kohl, and it's a real just goldy brown color, and it's perfect for the bottom waterline if you don't want anything too dark. And it just gives a little bit of color. So I'm going to run that. I try to run it in my waterline and kind of into those bottom lashes. And it gives just a little bit of color and a little bit of, kind of like a little bit of sparkle. I know that looks, see it just, I don't know if you can tell how it just finishes the eye a little bit. There. I love this. This would be a must-have too. I think everybody would enjoy this. Okay, now to the liner. I tell you, I have tried so many. It's kind of like me with the CC creams and stuff like that. I have tried so many, and I always come back to this, and it is the Chanel Cake Liner. It's just the best. And it might be expensive. I think it's, I don't even know how much, 45 or something. This will last you the rest of your life, and it's got a sparkly side and a regular side, and you can use several different brushes. You know, if you like to use a slanted brush, that's fine. My favorite brush ends up being the Sigma SS209, and it's when they first started doing their brushes. I think it's a different number now, and it's a different style. I went to order it last night to try to have a backup, and I think it's different now. But it's just it's an eyeliner brush, but it's a little bit thicker. What I do with my cake liner is use water. I usually just run the sink and dab it in a little spot of water. So let me go get a little bit of water real quick. You see, I put it in there like that, and this is a little bit more than I would usually get because I was scared I wouldn't have enough. And you know, work it into the liner like that, and you don't want it to be, I'll probably come over here a little bit so it won't be so wet, and work it into your brush. That's what to me makes this superior to the gel liner, because the gel liner is hard to get. It's all clumpy and, you know, kind of dry, and it's just not as easy to use. So I hope this isn't too wet, because if it's too wet it won't look as good. But what I do is I just start at the inside here and kind of walk it in like that, and then just follow my lash line down like that. And then I've kind of enjoyed, I love the wing liner, and I love it. And so instead of trying to go as up as I used to, I'm trying to just train myself just to go out a little bit like that, and then you match that line, and then you just bring it over, just match it up like that. And did I not do very good? No. So I just went and took off the end of that, and we'll try to fix it. I'm just going to leave this in here because this is just what happens. That way you can know how to fix it. So just take off the tail, and let me try to do it. One thing is I'm so far away. I'm used to being right up in the mirror. Okay, so go out. Yeah, this is better. So you can tell that's even darker because it's not as wet. And and in, like that. Perfect. And then kind of go, you know, and perfect the top like that. Okay, much better. Okay, let's do the other one. I hope I'll do this one right the first time. So go in, like that, and then I just follow, just get all down in the lashes, follow the lash line like that all the way down, and then bring it out and back in like that. Okay, so that's it. So you can, now I look and I make sure that they're even. It looks like this one goes up a little bit more right here. So I can make that even. And you can see what a big difference that makes. And this liner will last all day. I don't need to set it with any powder. I don't need to do anything. All I do now is I usually run this brush up underneath some water and, you know, dry it off on my paper towel and put it up, and it's ready for the next time. It doesn't cake up my brush. I notice when I use the gel liner, unless I really, you know, wash my brush out with, you know, brush cleaner or something, it cakes up my brush. I just really, really like the cake liner, and I think you would too. Okay, so now what I am going to do is I'm going to put the false lashes on today, which I think this is the first time I've ever tried to do that. The ones I have been loving are these, like little spiders. They are the Ardell Self-Adhesive 120 or 12, yeah, 120S, and I'm sure the S stands for self-adhesive. They're impossible to find. I ended up ordering them off of a website, and if I can, I'll find it and put it down below. I ordered, I think, 5 pair. And the only place I have ever heard having them is HEB in Texas. Gina found them. And you can find the regular Ardell 120s, but see, they don't have this thick band on them, and that really helps. So I'm going to, oh goodness, go get my tweezers, and I'm using the Duo glue because I have, this is probably this is the pair I wore all last week. So I've gone through both self-adhesive bands, and now I'm resorting to gluing them on today, and this will be my last time, but I'm just not doing much today, so I figured it would be good for this tutorial to do them. So what I usually do right back is grab the lash like that, and this is the full lash. I haven't cut them. I've been just using the whole thing, and I love them. It takes a little bit getting used to. This glue will start getting kind of yucky at the top. I think that's just part of it. So I take the lash and just run the glue, it's hard for me to see, run the glue along the side like that, just a thin layer. You can see it's neat, it's kind of like an iridescent color. And stick that back in there and let it dry just for a second. It doesn't take much because you want to, I like to be able to move it a little bit when I put it on in case I put it in the wrong spot. I still have, I haven't mastered these. This could be a comedy right here. So, okay, Gina taught me this, and it's a good thing to do, is instead of just coming straight in with the middle, try to do the inside first, because you know you don't want that to go in too far. And then, oh, I hate it when that happens. My tweezers won't let go. Grab the very, very end like that, and then you can set it down and then kind of place it where, see, normally these stick better. Okay, let's try this again. I think because I've used these so many times, they're losing their shape. It's not wanting to, let's try to bend that in, see. It's not wanting to stick. And I'm so far away, I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, I think that did it, because I think I can feel it. I usually try to take a toothpick and make sure that inside part is down, and then kind of press it into place like that. And just look at the difference those things make. They're just beautiful. No mascara on my lashes, and no mascara on the false lashes. And then just, you know, you'll feel them. Like I can feel that they're on now. Okay, let's try to do the second one. I was just telling Gina this morning, what I do is I have an emergency glue, just an old tube of Duo that I had, and a toothpick in my purse. That way if you're out and they lift up, you can put just a little dot of glue on the toothpick and kind of slip it right under it and press it down without having to take them off. And that kind of makes you feel better, you know, about going out. Okay, I hope I don't have that problem with this one not wanting to stick. I'm gonna grab it at the very end and try to put it on the inside where I know I want it first. Yeah, and then you can feel it, you know, stick. And then place that part down, and then make sure your inside is stuck, and it is. So see what a difference they make. And you have to be kind of careful at first. Like right now, if I were to sneeze, it would probably mess them up a little bit. And at first, you can kind of feel them, you know, hitting your eyes a little bit, but then you get used to it, and within like 15 minutes, you can't feel them. And they're just fabulous. I love the way they look. And then at night, don't grab them by the actual lashes, grab them by the band and just pull them right off. They haven't been pulling out my eyelashes or anything. So that is that. And then what I have been doing still is using my Urban Decay SuperCurl lash on the bottom lashes. And I think I'm just going to go do that and come right back. And the one I get is Radiant. And I usually just click it a few times. And I really like it just as good or better than any of them. So what I do is I just put like about just a few little spots like that underneath my eyes. Maybe one more over here. And gently just pat it in, you know, right there where that darkness is. And switch fingers if you think you have too much, like I just had too much on there. And don't go all the way up to your eye, you know, lashes. Stay down here in this darker part, because that's what's going to bring it forward and highlight your eye underneath your eyes. And then right in that little darkness. And like that, so you can see what a big difference that makes. And this one I think is the best at not collecting in your fine lines. It kind of just dries and stays. So that is the next to last step. The last thing I usually do is take this little, turn it upside down, and whatever came out when I took my brushes back, but I'll just use this one. This is a big 225. And I get a little bit of this powder and I just run it in my T-zone, just right here. And then I just take it right here, down my nose. Just like that. That way I still have the glow and everything on my cheeks. It's just not as bad on my nose and right here on my forehead. Like that. So I think that is it. And I hope you guys got a little bit out of it. And I tell you, I was just thinking in the bathroom when I went back there, I'm gonna leave all the messed up wing liner and the messed up eyelashes in, because I think that's part of it, is knowing how to correct it when you mess it up and knowing that that just happens. So I still got on what I slept in, a tank top and my hanky-panky boy shorts, and I'm going to go get dressed, and I'll be right back. I'm wearing something. It was a special request by my friend Angela, and she bought these pants and was asking me about what I wear with them because they're so long, and I told her I had not worn them yet. So I decided to wear them today, and they are the Young, Fabulous, and Broke, and they have this neat, you know, thing that goes over them like that, and they tie. So they're different. And the tank top I have on is Michael Lauren, and let me back up. Okay, so you can see that they're really wide and long, but I love them. I think they're so cool and comfortable and different. And I was just noticing that they're the hem, there is no hem on the bottom. It's just cut off. So you could just cut them like if you would rather wear these with flip-flops or something, you could just cut them off and wear them. But I have on, of course, my huge Gianni Beanie wedges, and I'll probably wear them like this and wash them and see how they do, because I haven't washed them yet. But I do think they're really neat looking. They're so different and blousy and everything. I switched yet. I told myself I think I'm going to try to maybe start switching every Friday so I can use my bags a little bit more and just make myself do that. But this is the Rebecca Minkoff Desire, and it is in the color light pink. Okay, and for accessories today, I just put on these little thin hoops that are pretty much almost nothing. Matter of fact, it's hard to even fasten them because they're so thin. And I just brushed my hair out with the Tangle Teaser real quick and sprayed it with Elnet just to get some body. And no rings or bracelets on this hand. I just put on this is that bracelet that Susanna Dye sent me, and I love it. Look at that cool tassel, the gold tassel, and then all the rings or whatever. And then this bracelet and the necklace are the Lex and Lee that I got at Oliver, and they still have this one. I just saw it there yesterday, and I love it. It just goes perfectly with outfits like this that are kind of, you know, tone on tone, or have the white and you just want something to, I just felt like the necklace kind of brings the outfit together, and I've really enjoyed this. I've worn it a couple of times. And oh, my nail polish is, I had this on yesterday and I forgot to tell you, it is the new Chanel Frenzy, and it is really pretty. I love it. It's so soft and just a really pretty neutral. I'm thinking it might be like the, I don't know if you guys remember, I think a couple years ago we found that Revlon gray suede or something like that. To me it reminds me of that, but it is really pretty. That's 2 coats. And no fragrance. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you right here tomorrow. See you then. Bye bye.